What's up, guys? My name's Tyler, this is Sean, and we are Rendered Reality. Sorry, no crazy voices today. I had to refrain from that. I've been told to maybe not, so I'm trying to be good.
talking about the creepy voice you did last time when you started us out? It wasn't last time, I think it was a couple episodes ago, actually.
But you loved it. It was kind of creepy. I don't want to hear it.
It was a little ridiculous.
It's still here, but yeah, I know.
So we are a little bit later today, too. Just so you know, we're usually Saturday mornings. This is a later show for us today, so.
Yeah, even though I actually do have coffee this time, since I'm not allowed to have tea.
No tea.
I got made fun of last time, so I did have to watch that. But so today we're going to hit, we definitely want to talk about Dirt Rally 2. I mean, that's a must. I want to talk about No Man's Sky a little more, just because we found out a ton in this past week.
Yeah.
I know. We actually have David, the developer from Ninja Legends, coming on our show, and we have some exclusive info for you guys that he's going to drop on us. So can't wait to talk to him. So that'll be later in the show. And just all the new stuff. We got Red Matter. There's all kinds of crazy
talk about some Red Matter. We did get some footage out there of Red Matter in-game on the Quest, which is very impressive. So we were definitely going to get into that and talk about some of that. So.
I can't believe that lighting. That's just it's good stuff.
It's gorgeous. So
yep. So Dirt Rally, man, I want to jump into it because I still have yet to try it. I keep holding off, and I'm like, I don't know, because for me, I want to use it on the Index. I mean, it's a gorgeous looking game. I mean, it's
going to shine on the Index for sure. And you get that little bit bigger field of view, which definitely helps with a car game, any kind of game where you're traveling fast speeds, that wider field of view is going to help. Even though it's not a crazy wide field of view, it's still a little bit there to help.
But oh man, just the visuals on it, that clarity and stuff too. It's just that's what I want.
We kind of held off on Dirt Rally because of the early reports. So much stuff was. There was just. Everybody was having issues. There were so many Steam issues. The game was pretty much unplayable on Steam. A lot of the reports that it was running a lot better on Oculus, but it still wasn't perfect. There would be those real choppy frames, and it was just. Everybody had to turn their settings way down low to get it to run right, and just crazy.
Yeah, and it sounds like, Oculus was at least playable. The Steam version was basically unplayable first day, right? From what we heard. We didn't actually get to experience it ourselves. But yeah, it definitely seems to be good now. I think they pushed 2 updates out, even in between, now and when they dropped the VR update. So that's awesome. So they're at least trying. Now, I don't think the first one was for VR.
Right.
But the second one, I think, may have corrected some of it. And actually, there's some guys on our Discord that figured out a workaround.
Yeah, there are some tricks that people are coming up with to get it to work better.
Yeah, which really does help. And I think the one big one is definitely opting out of Steam Beta.
Yeah,
Steam
VR
the beta branch, right?
Yeah.
It's the VR Beta branch is what opting out of, and seemed to work pretty good. One of the other guys too said that disabling one of his USBs, I guess, in Device Manager seemed to solve a problem with the stuttering when you load in, like something with the steering wheel, some collision or something, and maybe, I don't know.
Right.
But a lot of sim guys are using wheels and stuff, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, it's kind of weird that, they had this going on, Dirt Rally, so why was it such a big issue?
I don't know. I know the performance and stuff of Dirt Rally 2 was quite a bit higher than Dirt Rally 1, visuals, graphics, and everything else. And I don't know what the mix-up was.
Optimization problems. These aren't optimization issues, I'm
sure there are some optimization issues, too. I would imagine that they still have to get figured out. But, obviously, it wasn't... I don't think the VR port was super high on their list of things that they really wanted to do. At first, they weren't even really sure they were going to do a VR port, and a lot of people raised a fuss and stuff about it. So I don't know how much energy was really put into this to making it perfect. Obviously, it wasn't tested as much as it should have been and stuff before it was fully launched from a big, huge company like that,
Right. Well, and actually, and I'm trying to think of the studio's name. They actually, from what it looks like, sourced out the VR work to another company.
I think it was
completely.
Climax Studios. I believe it was Climax Studios. They actually.
I didn't want to say that wrong.
Right. Yeah, they sourced it out so that the Codemasters didn't actually do the VR port, as far as I can understand from what we've read and what we've seen. It was actually done by another studio that they outsourced. And I mean, it was still a bigger name studio. They still have a lot of experience with other things and stuff, but yeah, I don't know what happened exactly. It's a huge disappointment because I mean, I'm not as big of a sim racer guy as you are. Like, you're much more into it than I am, but I still love it. I still have, a steering wheel setup and a seat and everything. Yep. And for me, the first Dirt Rally was amazing. And I know like Greg's VR talked about that, like how much Dirt Rally the first one ran really well. It was super fun to play. I mean, I preferred playing that over a lot of the other car games just for the aspect of the ways the cars were controlled and you could slide them. And I don't know, to me, it just felt really good. So I was really excited for the second one. And then when it came out, it was the morning and it was a weekday. So we were both at work. We were kind of texting each other back and forth. We were talking to people on Discord, and some of the people that were home that were able to go ahead and jump on and start playing it, they were giving us the feedback of, it's not running right. It's not, so it's like, oh man, our plan was to come home and download it. But we kind of wanted to get it on Steam for the fact, with the index and stuff like that, but the Steam version was really bad. And the Oculus version, they're both $60, but you could pick up the Steam version for cheaper, through different websites and stuff like that. But
that wasn't even the point for me. I would have paid the $60 on Oculus if I knew it was going to work out of the box. It was optimized for VR and it had multiplayer in it. We did not know that on the release. Has that been confirmed? I know people have talked that there.
Yeah, I believe there is multiplayer, but it just says single user on the page. And also on the Steam page, it showed the HTC Vive and the Index as being supported headsets.
Right.
And then later on, they took that off, and it only showed the HTC Vive. The Valve Index wasn't showing up on there anymore, which was kind of weird. So
I know.
Yeah, and a lot of people, I've seen some people that were still buying it on the Oculus Store and using Revive to play it on the Index, and that seemed to be a better option at the time than just playing it straight through Steam. It seemed to work a lot better, and the Oculus version was running better than the Steam version. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure all the kinks are going to get fixed and sorted out eventually. It's just things when these kind of big, huge titles that everybody's excited about comes out, and then there's issues. And this many
it just ruins that hype. I mean, coming out of the gate, now everyone's, instead of people being like, oh, you got to play this, it's like, it doesn't really work. Don't buy it yet, And that's too bad. It kind of kills that, fire that they come out of the gate with. And
it kills the hype. I mean, everybody's hype. I mean, if that would have came out and that game would have been, running really good and just awesome, I mean, that would have been, everybody would have been talking about and praising it, and everybody would have been going out and buying it. But when you get a rocky launch like that, it seems like it really hurts it, which, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a great game, and, there are workarounds and there's ways to play it, and it's getting better, and people are figuring things out. And so we are going to pick it up. But
for me, if I have those $60 in front of me right now, and I was like, okay, I can buy one game, what am I going to buy? And especially something that's a port, I'm going to wait on No Man's Sky.
Yeah, if we didn't already have No Man's Sky, for sure.
Yeah, but there's no way I'm going to buy a game that's broken out of the gate that hopefully gets optimized for VR. Now, I know it's a totally different style of game, but man, I mean, it's to spend $60 on something that's not going to work and you're buying it just for VR, that's hard.
Yeah, I mean, $60 is a lot for a VR game. We're not used to paying $60 for a VR game. I mean, those are like the oddball now paying. I mean, most games, the higher end games are like $39. So to be $59, that's a big jump. So, and we don't know yet for sure how No Man's Sky is going to run out of the box VR. We're all really hoping that the game launches and there's no issues and it plays great, but we don't know that yet. You know what I mean? So
I know.
I truly, I know they've put a lot of work into No Man's Sky, and I truly hope that it just comes out of the box and it runs really good. But I mean, that is just massively huge game. That's like,
I think it will. I hope it will, and I do from everything we have seen and heard. I think it will run great.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just because the time they've had between updates, and they know they've wanted to push VR for a long time and stuff, and kind of the last interviews that got talked about. But they don't have the greatest track record with, promising one thing and delivering another. So it's hard.
I've read a lot of the Reddits and stuff where, when that game was first coming out, all the things that were promised and weren't delivered. And, there's a lot of people that were kind of salty about that. The other thing is, though, is they've done a lot of updates and they've improved the game tremendously since it first launched. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, everything we're seeing, it just looks like a truly impressive VR game. I mean, it's something that's going to rock the VR world, I think. I mean, it's really going to help bring VR just one step closer to the mainstream, I think. I think this is going to be pretty huge. That's how I feel.
I do too. I mean, all this new info that got dropped, it's just, I was so excited watching the latest interview that he had and the trailer. Oh my gosh, that trailer I watched so many times.
Oh yeah. It's
Oh
just
my gosh,
full.
I'm so
It's
excited.
full of so many good little tidbits.
I know.
It's like
I was screen grabbing like every single frame and like going through it. And
Yeah.
I've never even played the game. You know,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
we
even know
haven't
what
played it.
you know is in it and all.
Yeah.
But oh man,
But
it's so
you've
cool.
been we've both been talking a bunch to people. You
Yep.
even more than me. But like we on our Discord and stuff, we have a No Man's Sky channel. And we've
Yep.
been talking to a lot of people on there, and a couple people have joined that are flat gamers. Like I know the one guy on there said he has like over 400 plus hours logged into No Man's Sky flat. So he was kind of explaining some stuff and talking about some stuff. And yeah, I mean, it all sounds really good. And one of the things that I saw that was on something that one of the sites or something they were talking about was like in the new hub area where you have that hub area where you can meet up.
Oh yeah,
and
sure.
it's supposed to support 32 people.
Right, like Destiny, did, where they had like the lobby that you go into. And
I think
stuff.
he
That's
even
awesome.
mentioned Destiny
He did.
when he talked about it. There was a video that he kind of talked a little bit about it, but
Yep, I know that would be incredible. Just that social aspect of that game, and that's what they said. You know, now going to like planets, it's not going to feel like an empty planet where maybe you're with people you know. There's going to be other people there.
And
stuff
you'll
going
see
on,
other people.
So, right.
I think
and
before
it's a vast like game. It's
right.
not,
That's if you go to a planet where there's other people. Because I mean, you could go to a planet where there's nobody and nobody's ever been to it.
Sure.
But,
or maybe there's a trade ship right there, something close, and lots of people. Right.
I think they called it the Nexus. That was the social space in there was the Nexus. So, yeah.
I know. I'm so excited though.
Yeah, for sure.
I can't wait. And I've been talking to like a lot of people, and Steve XM, who's at a wedding today, which he was mentioning in chat earlier. He, which too bad he's not here. I mean, I'm sure he's having fun. But beside the point, he had a guy on that has played No Man's Sky flat for a good 300 to 400 hours.
Yeah.
And I was, asking live a ton of questions to him, just plugging his brain because I'm like, I want to know what we can do about creating, a planet for us to go on like day one. Can we do that? Create a rendered reality planet and jump into it. I don't know that. So he was answering a lot of those questions for me.
It seems like that's definitely going to be a possibility, but
especially now, I think. And they don't know all that stuff, like what's going to go on. But really, from like the videos we saw, that trailer, I know there were 7 or 8 people in one scene.
Right.
So, right
they've
there
definitely increased. I think before it was 4 people, and then if you saw somebody else, it was like an orb. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yep.
So that doesn't seem like that's necessarily going to be the case now. So,
no.
And a lot of people had a lot of concerns about the third person because in a lot of the trailers it's showing a third person view. But as far as I've understand and everybody that I've talked to believe that the VR version is going to be all first person, that it's going to be first person view in VR, as far as I can understand.
I would think it would have to be. But see, in game now you can be first person or third person.
Yeah, see, so I don't know.
That's
I haven't played it.
That's not a new thing.
Yeah.
So like, and even in that video or his last interview, which was what, IGN, I think.
I think so. Yeah, something like that.
I think so. And he said that their dream was, and that this is what they're implementing, is to reach out and grab the stick, the flight stick.
Right, and it shows that. It shows your hands on the stick,
person.
so that it definitely shows.
Third person in a ship, so right there kind of proves that. But I mean, I'm just so stoked.
The hype is real.
I can't stop thinking about it. I know, and it's coming.
It's. I mean, next week, I think it's Wednesday. So
I know.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah,
awesome.
Some of the people in chat too were saying that like the original Dirt was awesome, and Assetto. Like I just played Assetto.
You went into Assetto the other night, yeah.
Oh man, so good. It just plays so well in VR. Like the only clunky part is the menus. Just having to back out. But the nice thing is whether it be on Oculus or in Steam, you can use desktop mode where, you're on your monitor through your controllers. You can buzz through the menus, in your headset with your controllers sitting there, throw them back down, you're back in the game. So that's kind of like my workaround, my personal workaround with it. It works pretty good. It's not the best.
Yeah, I still prefer everything being in VR. Making that whole, making it all smoother and easier to transition. Yeah. I do.
But Assetto again, same thing, has been out since.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it late because of VR, but I think it's been out since 16, maybe.
Yeah,
something
I don't even
like
know.
that.
The nice thing about Assetto is all the custom stuff. All the stuff you can download and everything else. But yeah, for sure. So we have Reckoner VR in here, Gamertag VR, Luke Martin. I think somebody said they were joining us for the first time live.
Nice, that's awesome. Yeah, it's cool. This is what's fun doing about like a late night Saturday show. It's not our bread and butter. You know, we're typically mornings and stuff, so it's kind of cool to hang out with a different group of guys as well.
Get some different time zones. So, you know, there's so many different time zones. It's hard to get everybody, you know, a good time for everybody. It's really hard to do that. So, you know, this is a little bit different today, but it'll be some fun. We're maybe a little bit more awake than we are sometimes on a Saturday morning. But so I want to show this No Man's Sky trailer because I've only watched it about 30 times, and that's just not enough. So
I think everyone has probably seen it already too at this point. If you haven't, you are missing the bus.
So this is like the Beyond trailer. This is the trailer that for the Beyond update.
Oh man, it's so good.
It's so awesome.
I know. So pumped for it though too.
I mean, like everything is procedural, Galaxy Planet. I mean, it's insane. I mean, the colors are one of the things that definitely stand out. I mean,
so supposedly they're talking about having like batteries packs maybe now, or power stations that run like lights and stuff with wiring and everything, which is super cool. I'm trying to go through some of this with what I've learned, even from some of the guys who really know what they're talking about. Yeah, I didn't know. Is that somebody riding?
Yeah, that's in the update. I guess that's part of the update. You can actually ride some of these creatures on these planets. Yeah.
Oh, you can like farm animals now too?
Yeah. I mean, it's just insane.
That's nuts.
There's another one where he's right.
Come on.
I mean, it's insane.
I really don't even want to know what's going to happen with all this kind of stuff. It's
going to be wild. It is going to be wild.
I know. The ships. It's so good. Like, you have to have, like, fuel to even, like, thruster fuel to, like, take off. Or else you can't even take off. Like,
yeah. I'm a little concerned that this game is going to be almost too complicated. Like, I mean, how much of a learning curve is there going to be with this game? You know what I mean?
Like Minecraft. Come on, you can play Minecraft.
Yeah, I mean, it is, in a sense, like Minecraft. The aspect of the building and the scavenging and it does have it does have an element to that. But still, I mean, there's still going to be a learning curve. I mean,
for sure.
I mean, to learn how to do all this stuff, I mean, the underwater stuff, I mean, man, it looks so amazing.
Oh, the subs and stuff. There's where I saw the 8 people.
So that's the Nexus, I believe. That's the Nexus. Yep. Like, maybe. Yep. I believe that's the hub, I
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just can't wait, man. What do we got? How many days?
It's not many now.
4 days? Is that all? Woo. 14?
Yeah, I mean, it's the 14th, so that's Wednesday.
Crazy. I know. Yep. What was the other game that was dropping the same day? Was it Red Matter?
I think Red Matter's the following day. Isn't Red Matter the 15th?
Maybe it's the following day. It could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's just, I know. And if people haven't, let me see. If people haven't picked it up, it's on sale on Steam right now.
This is No Man's Sky.
50% off.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if the Green Man Gaming sale is still going on. I don't think that is still going on.
The only benefit, like if it was me, I would probably buy it on Steam for $29.99 because you have that return policy then.
Right. You do get the
so
return
you can go back on that. So if you really don't like it, you're not out anything at that point. You know, you buy it on sale somewhere else. I don't know if there's any type of policy. I've never tried that. So I don't think it would work.
But I mean, who's honestly going to refund this game?
Unless it just
right. Unless it's just an utter disappointment.
Right.
I don't think that's going to happen, but it's always a possibility.
Oh man, I want to play it.
Yeah, it's
we should be playing right now.
Simply amazing. If we could, we for sure.
I know. So what did you think of Red Matter? Speaking of releases, like I haven't played it yet, so I haven't
been in it yet.
No, I haven't.
Man.
Nope.
Red Matter is. I mean, I was honestly kind of blown away. I mean, I was. You know, we saw that footage before of some of the stuff from Red Matter and some of the stuff they were doing. And we honestly kind of just figured all of that was in-engine stuff, you know, that none of that was actually like in-game footage and stuff. Right. And I was expecting it to look really good in the Quest. You know, I wasn't expecting it to look bad. But, I mean, it looked amazing. I mean, it really, really looked good. And we did do a video, and it wasn't really like a video review of the game or anything. It was really just to show what it looked like. Sure. In the Quest, just some video, and it's a pain in the butt to record on the Quest. I hate recording on the Quest. They need to do an update and make Quest recording easier. It's just a pain in the butt. It's not my favorite thing to do, but we did get some footage out there. And honestly, if you put me in a blind study and you gave me, you know, a Quest headset to put on and you loaded up Red Matter and I had no idea what headset I was wearing or anything else, and you asked me, you know, is this running on a mobile platform or is this running on a PC VR? And I would probably say a PC VR. I mean, it was.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was. I mean, the amount of detail. The thing is with the Quest stuff, a lot of times what they leave out is the detail. It's like the detail in like a concrete wall, a reflection, a shadow. Sure. All that stuff is cut out. Textures, it's all trimmed out. Yeah. And in this, it had all that stuff. Like it had reflections on the walls. Like I was even just looking at a concrete wall at one point in time, and it had the lines that the kind of beat up marks on the wall.
Right. Scratches almost in it.
I mean, that stuff doesn't happen on the Quest. You know what I mean?
No, never does.
So I was thoroughly impressed, and I mean that's coming out next week, so a lot of people are going to get to see it. And the videos, I mean, like any VR thing, the videos don't really do it justice because it really does look good in the Quest headset, and it ran very well too. Like I didn't have any performance issues. Like it ran good, and I was really impressed. I was really impressed.
Gameplay controls, all that stuff seemed good. I'm sure.
Yeah, because I mean that's been a PC game for a while.
Right.
It is a port over, but yeah, it was a very good port. It wasn't anything like Robo Recall where you went in and you were like, "Whoa, like this is kind of shocking." This is a big difference between what we see on the PC. It's
that's crazy.
It's impressive, and I believe they did all of this before the Vulkan API stuff, the updates for all that stuff that they're pushing to the Unreal Engine and stuff, and I think it's coming later to Unity. And they did comment on in an article saying that once all of that is rolled out, that should help get a lot of the other games, closer to and make it easier to get that kind of
optimized for Quest mobile.
So I think that is going to help a lot. But I mean, I'm already impressed with what Quest can produce off of an 835 chip. You know what I mean? So to see this in there, it really is. So, I mean, I can't imagine what a Quest 2 is going to be able to do. I mean, Quest 1 is already, it's pretty impressive. I mean, it's not going to replace PC VR, obviously. The amount of, you're not going to get No Man's Sky, and all of that on there. And even Dirt Rally 2.0, that's like, what, a 70 gig download or something like that? I mean, I mean, that stuff's just not going to happen. But it is impressive. And for somebody that has just a Quest and has only ever experienced, a Go and a Quest or something like that. I mean, it'll be pretty interesting to see what they think of it.
It looks better than like one of the first games we were playing even on CV1, lighting wise. And I mean, they didn't have that type of lighting. I can't remember in original games, not really. Not like
there's even still some games now that aren't really, that are just, generic made games that don't look as good as that Quest game did. You know what I mean? So it really is impressive. So
I was just in game in Day to Night, and that's what we were talking about was like dynamic lighting and stuff. And I think Jason was in chat, the developer from it. And it's just crazy how far like all this lighting stuff has come, and Day to Night cycles and everything with shadows that are fully, dynamic over time and everything on everything. It's just crazy, and not, I mean, it doesn't cost that much, I mean, in game,
right.
So it's crazy how far it has come. And I know there's tricks and stuff, to get it to work right. Don't get me wrong. It's not that easy, but man, all of it looks so good. It's crazy.
I think one of the big differences is it's been out long enough that people are really starting to learn the tricks. And you know what I mean? Like VR is still pretty new where all these developers are still learning how to develop for VR, and they're learning tricks to make things run better, run smoother, look better, you know what I mean? So, and that's just, it's an example of the advancement of it, really, and that's so.
Well, and they're seeing things like, hey, I don't want to do that, or I definitely want to do this. So, they know what to focus on and what to correct and what does and doesn't work in games. So, it's, at first it was just a guess, like, hey, I think this will work. Yeah. I mean, think back when Locomotion was like, 1 or 2 games because everyone's afraid to add it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now it's like if you don't add it, everyone's giving you,
everybody's mad. So. At least the option. If you at least don't have the option for smooth locomotion, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So and people are getting used to it, I think. But
still though, like I saw, but did you say that Red Matter actually has free locomotion too?
It does, and it's weird. I'm not sure. I messed with the controls some, and you could do like the teleport mechanic where it was basically like thrusters on your suit that would, but it was still teleporting, but you could thrust, to the next position, and you could push forward, and it would make you go faster. And you could also do a smooth locomotion, but it wasn't stick. It wasn't thumbstick. So basically you would pull your middle finger and on the button there, you know what I mean? And it would move, and then you could smooth turn, or you could snap turn and everything. So it was it was a little weird getting used to. After you got in there for a little while, you could kind of get used to it. But I would prefer just regular thumbstick movement. But they use the thumbstick for some other things too. So I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of like a mix between maybe locomotion and teleport.
Yeah, it's definitely not your traditional smooth locomotion, but it is there in a sense. So
yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I mean, on Quest that works good. I mean, some people really don't get all the, makes them motion sick. So they do have to watch that because you're going to have your first adopters into VR inside of Quest. So I get it there. PC side though, maybe not. But I don't even know. I wonder if anybody in chat, do you guys know, have you played Red Matter? Is there full locomotion in that?
Stick locomotion?
Yeah, or is it just teleport kind of?
As far as I could tell. Well, I mean, as far as I could tell, it was just with that middle finger smooth locomotion. It wasn't thumbstick.
Right. Well, I just mean on the PC version.
Right. And I'm guessing it's the same because they use the left thumbstick to cycle between things. So you use your left thumbstick, when you go up on the left thumbstick, it brings out your claw hand out of your controller, because you basically look like you're holding two touch controllers with claw hands that pick stuff up. And you go to the middle to use your scanner and you show your objectives, and then you go down to show your flashlight. So I'm guessing that's kind of why they did that in a sense. Yeah. So I'm guessing the PC version is the same. I haven't played Red Matter on the PC, but yeah. So I don't know if anybody does know that.
That's pretty cool. Huh? Yeah, that's crazy.
But I was impressed overall. I was extremely impressed. So
that is.
And I'm looking forward to everybody else's reaction when that comes out and see what they think of it.
It does look good though. I really can't wait to see it. I mean, visuals in it. I mean, remind me a little bit of Star Wars. What was it? The first one that just came out in Quest. Why can't I think of
Vader Immortal.
Yeah, Vader Immortal.
Yeah, some people
kind
asked,
of lighting like that a little bit.
And some people asked if it looked as good in the headset as Vader Immortal. And honestly, I think it looked a lot better. I mean, Vader Immortal looked good in the Quest, but it lacked all that detail. Yeah, it was very dark.
They blacked stuff out so you couldn't see it.
And it didn't have all the detail that Red Matter had. It definitely didn't have all that detail.
Interesting, huh?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that is. Yep.
So we could probably call David and get him on.
Sure.
And we still have a lot to go through the show. We ramble on. I always think we're going to get through more than what we do, but there's so much good stuff to talk about. So we will try to get him on here, and then we will go back to the rest of the stuff that we do have on the docket. Did you get him on?
Hello.
There we go. What's going on?
Hey, there he is.
There he is.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How we doing? Nice. See? Evening coffee this time, right? Or afternoon coffee?
Afternoon, yeah. It's not nearly as late for me as it is for you.
Yeah, I think last time it was extremely early in the morning for you. So, because you are on the West Coast and we are on the East Coast. And I love the coffee mug. That is
I know. I thought you were on there. That's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is good stuff. So we hear you got a little bit of information to share with us, and this is David, one of the developers for Ninja Legends. If you don't know, we did have him on the show a couple episodes back, I can't remember, but Ninja Legends has released now on the Quest, and we couldn't even, when we had you on before, we couldn't even talk too much about all of that, but it has released, and it seems like it's been a pretty successful release so far. I hear a lot of people talking about it. The reviews have been really good on the Quest.
Yep. So,
thanks.
Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, it's been selling really well. I think we're number 5 top selling right now with 4.7 out of 5 stars. It's just awesome. Blown away by how great a reception it's been. We do have those several detractors that we were kind of expecting of hardcore VR people who need their locomotion and have to have all their interactability, where we were really just for the new to VR people as our focus, especially on the Quest.
Yeah.
We actually just got done talking about that too with the Quest. You're getting those new adopters. So, just to throw somebody in with locomotion or jumping off things, it's tough. Yeah, it's a fine line, so it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's cool.
The first time I ever got into Ninja Legends, that was one of the first thoughts in my head was this would be awesome on the Quest because of the no wires. That's a game where you're spinning around and moving around a lot. So right off the bat, I was like, oh, this would be perfect for the Quest, for sure.
Yeah, it works so well for the Quest. And if anybody's going to PAX West, we will be there demoing at the Indie Mega Booth. So definitely stop on by.
Nice.
That's cool.
And when is PAX West? When is the date of that?
That's going to be Memorial Day weekend.
Okay. So
like
that's
August 30th to September 2nd, I think, are the dates.
Yeah, so it is coming up at the end of this month. So
Very
definitely,
very soon.
Yeah, definitely go see them if you are going to be there. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be there, but maybe next year. But yeah, but definitely check them out. That's going to be awesome. So good luck with all of that for sure.
Yeah. We've also been seeing a couple of reviews of people playing on easy mode and saying it's too easy.
Yeah, I did read a couple of those. I did read some of that. So yeah.
I responded to one of the Reddit threads like, easy mode is made for children and people who have never played VR before.
Right. If it's too easy, you would think common sense would tell you to go up to the harder level. You would think, but I mean, yeah. That's,
oh my gosh, yeah. They probably couldn't even beat it on hard. I mean, there's no way on easy or on
hard is really hard.
Yeah, it is. For sure.
And then we're seeing level 9 is too hard for most people, so we're going to put out a video of how to get past that and probably do an update of making a little bit easier.
Yeah.
Nice. That's the second boss level where there's 2 guys you got to fight.
Oh yeah, those boss levels are tough. They can definitely be tough for sure. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then so we do have a video too, and I might have to switch you over. Yeah, I'll let you tell us when you're ready for that one. I don't want to jump the gun, but
let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay,
so go ahead and switch that.
So I might have to get you your video feed into there real quick. So.
Yeah, the Quest, we were just saying too how nice it is with no wires and everything, but you get these people who don't know what they're doing, so it's hard. It's like this fine line between all the freedom in the world and people not knowing what to do with that freedom either. So it's tough. Crazy.
All right, I think.
But honestly, all the reviews on it are unbelievable. Like out the gate, I mean, it was awesome. And one, I think I saw one review that was like not even a bad review, but I don't even think they knew what they were talking about. That's how it goes. I mean, sometimes.
For sure.
Sometimes happens that way. Yeah.
So here is the trailer. I guess we will show this, and then we'll let you explain a little bit about it and tell us some more.
Awesome.
It's not playing. 1 second.
Yeah, make sure you get the right one. There you go.
There we go.
Much better.
Yeah, the caveat, early prototype.
Yep. Yeah, so we were super excited when we saw this.
Yeah. We've loved all the bow games from the different platforms, and there's not one out on the Quest yet, so we thought we need to get a bow game on the Quest, and it's just such a quintessential VR experience.
Yep.
Like Longbow, Quiver, Elven Assassin. We love all those games, and we're trying to use the learnings from those to make it a really fun experience.
Oh, and it's on Quest, it's the perfect platform too, just because of the room. Just like Swords, you need that move around, duck down, all the movement you have in that. With no wires.
I don't know why it is, but the bows translate so well to VR. I mean, that is one of those things. I think the first time I ever really experienced the bow was probably in Rec Room, that we ever really got really into a game with the bow and everything. That was one of the first ones, I think. And it's just, it just feels so natural. I mean, it just feels, it feels really good. And you guys...
I would never... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you guys had a bow aspect before, but that was just like a special weapon kind of thing. So this is going to be...
very limited.
Okay, so this is going to be an actual weapon that you can play with for a while through the game, right?
Right, and we're making a whole set of new levels for it as well.
Oh,
it's not just going to be the bow. Like these levels, you're not going to see this in the game, where you're teleporting between towers by shooting them. So you may not notice that, but that's what's going on, where you shoot the other tower, you teleport to it.
Oh, nice.
Very, very similar to how Quiver handles their movement around the map.
Awesome. Yeah, that would be... I honestly didn't even catch that.
Right, I thought it was just, a screen cut. I think you were just cutting it out or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really cool.
That is...
Yeah, and we're going to also do a couple different modes, like with the Longbow versus Quiver versus Elven Assassin styles. We're going to have like shooting gallery style, the tower defense style, and then the larger map that you get to move around more.
Nice. So do you guys have a date plan for this, or?
Not yet. It's not wholly in our control of when this date is going to be, so we can't say what it is, but it's going to be soon. It's not going to take that long.
Okay.
I'm thinking in the range of 1 to 3 months.
Nice.
So is this going to be a free update to Ninja Legends or something totally separate?
This is about the size of what we would consider a DLC.
Sure.
But it is going to be a free update.
Nice.
That's
awesome.
That's always good to hear.
That's sweet. Yeah. I was going to say this becomes a full game in itself, basically, if that's what you're into.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a larger gameplay than Longbow was, although that wasn't a full game unto itself either. So,
right,
caveats there.
So is this going to be an update to the PC version as well as the Quest version?
Yeah, we'll do the update at the same time.
Awesome.
We may do a bit of a early beta test on the PC version, just to make sure everything's working right. But otherwise, it'll be the same time for everybody. Yeah.
Man, and those are some quick shots in that scene right before this. Those are some quick shots you were pulling off with that bow.
Yes.
That was very some rapid fire bow shooting there. That was pretty awesome.
You can go real fast if you want to, but the accuracy starts dropping off. Just personally, I can't do accurate. That's why only the close shots are real fast.
Yeah.
See, I never would have thought I would have ever liked to play a bow in a game, but oh man, it's, to look at it, I'm like, I would never, but after playing it, same thing in Rec Room for the first time, I'm like, oh my gosh, it works. Like, I don't know why, but the feeling of it, the aiming with it and everything, it's so good.
It's just one of them things that VR does so well that you can't do on flat. You know what I mean? Like a bow doesn't feel this good on a flat game as it does in VR. It's just a totally different feeling.
I know.
But like the big flat game that ported to VR that I played a ton of with the bow was Skyrim. And I went through the entire game just wailing on dragons with the bow. It was so much fun because in Skyrim, you can actually shoot the bow about 5 times faster than you can in the flat version if you're playing in VR.
Really?
So you're doing 5x the damage you were meant to. You would get to these big dragon fights, and it would be trying to take off, and you're just wailing on it with the bow, and it doesn't even take off. It just dies.
Jeez.
Another advantage of VR.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Man, so you're going to have stuff to duck down behind? Are they going to shoot back at you, or how's it going to work from, the AI in?
Yeah, we plan on having some kind of dodging involved. We haven't put that in yet, but we want to get dodging in and also bring that dodging back into the main story mode. Right now, dodging doesn't work like we want it to, so we're going to make that better and bring it into story mode as well.
Nice. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely. So they are going to shoot back at you.
There will be some that will shoot back. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Yep. I didn't know if there was any type of interaction, or it was more just trying to pick them off from above, or that's cool.
Some of them are going to focus on you. Most will not. Some will.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. That's cool.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. It is. That's cool.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Are you going to probably run a timed, or? I guess my best way, is it going to be combined with, I guess, swords in the same level? Are you going to mix and match kind of, or is it going to be a whole separate,
we don't
mission?
Think we're going to mix and match. It'll probably be a whole separate mission. We talked about that. We haven't, we're not committing to having the mix and match version.
Sure.
But
I know we kind of talked about it last time on here.
Yeah,
so I was curious if you guys were trying to do that or not.
We want to. But we're not sure we can pull it off to the quality that we want, so we're not promising that one.
Yeah,
gotcha.
But whatever works, basically. I mean, whatever feels right. Yeah. I mean, you'll know when you're in playing it what feels right. That's cool.
Yeah.
So Eric Onassis said, "At first, I dismissed Ninja Legends as another wave shooter. Boy, was I wrong. This game is awesome, easy to get into, fun to play, and it will give you a good workout too." And you guys actually put out a trailer that was kind of, that actually had, it was in a gym. So the people were like,
gym.
So
it was awesome.
Yeah. It really is it's not meant to be a workout game per se, but it is in a sense because, I know the first time I played this, I was dripping with sweat. And I'm not a big sweater, and I was sweating like crazy in Ninja Legends. So it definitely has a workout aspect to it. That is for sure.
I think the bosses should say 300 calories, above.
That's awesome. Calorie counter.
I know. Instead of damage coming off, it's calories falling off. Workout mode.
Oh man, that's classic.
Thanks guys for having me on.
Yeah,
we appreciate you, and we will definitely keep us updated on everything that's going on, and we will definitely share the information. So.
Yeah, for sure.
And we appreciate having you on, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.
Congrats, guys. Later.
That's awesome. Definitely looking forward to that update. I mean, it is an awesome game for the Quest. I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, the reviews are really good too. I mean, a lot of people are really enjoying it. And like he said, if you get on there and it's too easy, you can up the difficulty level, and it does get hard. I mean, it's not. Yeah. I mean, the game isn't easy unless you're playing it on all the way on easy. But I mean, it's challenging, especially the boss levels. I mean, they take some.
It progresses. It's not the same throughout either.
And you have to learn the enemies too. So part of it is learning the enemies and knowing when they're going to strike and their combinations and stuff to counter those and stuff. So it is. I mean, there's a learning curve to it. So definitely,
You're right about that, like people dismissing it and stuff. I think because it doesn't look like, some crazy big world and stuff and, you're in one location. I don't think it matters. Like
it's another one of those things that a video trailer just doesn't do justice for a VR game. You really can't. There's no way you can judge a VR game, no matter what it is, until you go inside of it and actually play it. That's the only way you can judge.
Somebody running up behind you, and stuff.
It's the only way you can judge a VR game. It's just hard to. Yeah, trailers just don't do them justice. That's for sure.
I know.
But that's pretty cool.
I know, that's cool, and that's awesome. They're going to do a hopefully like a beta test too as well on Steam. That's really cool.
Yeah,
definitely. Hopefully we get some info on that as well. So hopefully push that out to you guys at some point. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's a good game. If you guys haven't tried it, you definitely should. Yep. It's cool. It's a lot of fun.
Let us know what you think. So another one that did release is Last Player Battle Royale, and we actually played that. We were actually in some of the beta tests for that, and we haven't went back in.
10 to have this game super early.
Like when we went into it, it was all bots because there wasn't even anybody else that had it. But I mean, it showed a lot of promise back then, and we haven't went in recently. Like we don't know how it is after launch, you know what I mean? But I know some other people have tried it, and it looks pretty good. It's still going to be hard to compete with, Standout, that is a really good one, and then some more that are coming out that are really, showing a lot of promise. But people like it. I mean, people still like the Battle Royale games.
The shooters right now, it's just such a hard place.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
I mean, not even shooters, just the multiplayer. I mean, the multiplayer aspect can be tough. And speaking of that, I went into, I don't think you've got to go in yet, but AirRanger. So I saw this game, AirRanger, and I don't even know if we've ever talked about it on here, but I had some people say that it was kind of like a hidden gem game. Like it was a really good game that nobody talks about, not a lot of people play. So we actually did get we picked up the game, and I went into it a little bit, and the only problem I had is it was a multiplayer game and there was nobody to play with. So there was one lobby basically, and I still need to figure it all out. I haven't spent much time in it yet, but there was one lobby and it was full. It was 10 people, so I couldn't get in there. So I tried to start a new one and I waited around for a while and I couldn't get matched up with anybody. So basically I just went around and kind of played around, but it's a really fun game, and I really do think it would be awesome. So we at least need to go in together and do some multiplayer, but it uses the aspect of the bow. The bow is the big one in the game, and you basically launch yourself with the bow. So you grab a different arrow to shoot, and it launches you where that arrow stream is. And there's also free locomotion too, but you can go real high into the sky, you can transfer like all over the place, and it's a lot of fun. So I think the multiplayer aspect would be pretty awesome in it.
Which actually, I like that form of I guess you want to call it teleport or whatever, because you still have that motion involved in it. It's not just boom,
it's not a blink of an eye
from this place to another. I feel like that's disorienting to me.
I agree. The Robo Recall teleportation, I didn't like that teleportation at all. Some people really liked it, but I didn't like it at all.
I didn't because of the directions. Like if your stick was pointing backwards, now you were like, well, now which way am I facing?
Yeah, it was disorienting to me, and I played through the whole game that way, but it just it wasn't it wasn't my favorite. But I do have a trailer for this game. And he is still on here. Let me pop him off.
Yeah, you're good.
He's way down here. And so I do have a trailer for AirRanger. I'm going to play that now. Because I really didn't know much about this, honestly, until some people talked about it and I started looking into it a little bit and went into it. But it's honestly a lot of fun, the bow aspect. And it's really quick because I believe you hit A on the right controller or whatever when you go to pull the bow back instead of pulling your regular arrow and it uses the teleport arrow. So it's really quick. So it's not like you have to cycle through these to be able to do it. It's just, it's almost instantaneous once you learn the control. And I mean, there's like bomb arrows and a bunch of different stuff.
Oh, that's cool. The sight. I never noticed that. I guess I missed that.
Yeah, there's a lot of different elements to it. It really is good. The only thing that's lacking right now is the player base. It doesn't, the player base isn't quite there, and so I'm hoping, with talking about the game some and stuff, the player base will go up, because this is a really fun game. I mean, I do want to get into this and actually play some multiplayer games. I mean,
how many people?
I think it's 10. I think it's 5 versus 5 would be my guess, because that lobby that I couldn't get in that was full showed 10 people. So, and like I said, I've only been in one, so I don't know all the details on the game. I haven't spent much time in it yet, but I do want to spend some time in it, because it is a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun.
Does look fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Little like special abilities and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of, I mean, there's like explosive arrows, there's a bunch of different kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really cool. It really is a lot of fun. And I don't know if anybody in here has some more experience. So actually, Eric Onassis said another gem for sure. AirRanger, previously known as Walk on Arrow. So that is, I have actually heard of Walk on Arrow, and I thought it was similar, but I guess that's why. So he said a very underrated multiplayer battle royale game. Been playing it since the alpha. Another game everyone should try. So that's definitely cool, this is one people need to check out, because it is a hidden gem, honestly. Like this was not something that was ever really on my radar that much. And I have heard of Walk on Arrow. I think I saw some video from Caleb that did a video on that a while back. But yeah, I mean, it's awesome, man. It really is a lot of fun. So we got to get into this.
Maybe I'll jump into this afterwards. I want to play something, but yeah, it definitely looks, intriguing to me.
Yeah, we need to play this, though.
It's fast-paced enough that it would definitely keep my attention.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different. The controls are just different. So this is just some of my footage just messing around, just playing around. In like the beginning, you can kind of move around and do some different stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? Where the before you go into a lobby, like I couldn't find any. So, I mean, there's like some random zombies and stuff walking around. And I mean, you can teleport like really high up. I mean, there's a limit, you know what I mean? But you can go pretty high. It's really cool. It really is neat.
It is cool.
So it was a good time.
Huh.
So we will definitely,
cool, yeah,
we'll definitely get into that one and check that one out. And maybe get some, maybe get some other people in, but.
I know, I do want to play something. Are we playing something tonight? Let's play something.
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to see.
Listen to this.
We'll see about the wife has
about not being in a play session with everybody.
I know. There's never enough time to play. Why. No doubt, for sure.
Yeah.
But so, what about these new controllers? These new VR controllers you talked to me about?
So these are ridiculous. Though.
They are.
I mean, they're way over the top. I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, I don't really know what you're gaining for the amount of money.
So these are.
Yeah,
they're called ETs. They're ETEE, and you buy one pair. So a one pair demo kit starting from $1,500 or £1,500.
Yeah, right.
And but basically it's tracked finger controllers, and we do have a video. So I'm going to show the video. And
but I mean, come on, we have halfway tracked ones now that don't cost even.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. We have the index controllers that you can pick up, by themselves. For what, $280 or something like that?
$289 or $290,
yeah, something like that.
Whatever.
And this is essentially the same thing with almost not as much functionality. You know what I mean? Because
I know.
I mean, it's basically capacitive touch. That's sensing your fingers. It's not any kind of camera tracking or anything like that. And that's basically the same thing as the index, but the index also has thumbsticks, and you know what I mean. So I don't really understand quite what the use case would be for these. Do you?
To burn $1,500.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what other. I mean, maybe for some kind of like industry stuff that you're not playing games and stuff, but
I just don't get it.
I mean, I don't know. It doesn't. From this video, it doesn't seem like the finger tracking is like a million times better than index or anything. You know what I mean? It seems pretty much on the same level from what I can tell from this video. But
I know, I don't get them either. I mean, don't get me wrong; they look trick. I mean, there's not much to them, but the crazy thing is, I mean, are they? I guess they're. I don't know. Are they location based? Like, can you move them around, or is it just like a gyro in it that knows rotations? You know what I mean? We don't even know. I don't even know if these are spatially tracked.
So there's not much info. If you go to the website, there's really not much info at all. It just says product description. ET is the first of its kind finger tracking controller powered by TGO's patented technology. ET allows user to control VR without gloves, camera, or other encumbering equipment. ET is lightweight and intuitive to use. The controller has a battery life of 8 hours that enables the user hours of time to build, explore, and immerse themselves into the world of VR. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know what even's going to work with them. I mean, I don't think Steam's going to adopt them.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just, pick up some index controllers. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you on that one.
I mean, I'll sell you some gold-plated index controllers for $50,000. I mean, all day, if that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I don't understand it. Maybe there's some other use case that they haven't announced yet or something else we don't know about it, but that's all that we know. And I just thought we thought it was kind of interesting, mainly more in the fact of the price of these things. Yeah, more than anything else. Not that, yeah, that's about it.
Jeez. Yeah, everyone complained about index prices, and that's
right
for just the controllers.
Yeah. So Eric Onassis said maybe you get a RR game night with this soon, talking about AirRanger. And the VR Mang said drift challenge tonight.
Oh, we're doing it.
Yeah, we might have to do that.
I know.
I was actually watching the Gymkhana Files, which is like a show on Amazon, which everybody knows what Gymkhana is, I would imagine. And, with Ken Block. And watching that, I was like, man, like we need to do like a Gymkhana in VR. We were talking about that with the VR Mang and I think Greg's VR and stuff on the Discord. And it would be sweet. And you actually found a track that you can download on Assetto that is basically a Gymkhana course kind of a thing, which would be really awesome. So,
Yep. It's got like the tractors you go under and everything. I think it was from 6. It's kind of like a course set up like Gymkhana 6, I think it was.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, there's other ones. There's like city ones and everything. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we can do.
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff you can download.
Or custom. But the only problem is I'm not even that versed on the custom maps in Assetto. And some of you guys in chat might comments, let us know, if you guys know more about this.
Yeah.
But I think you can use the custom maps on their online multiplayer if everybody has them. So you can't join that lobby unless you have all those map packs.
I believe that may be right. But
if we would go, on our Discord and say, hey, download this map, this car, jump in, and give you the lobby name. I'm assuming that's all it would take. I've never tried it. So maybe we will after this.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to try that. And Conrad Lawrence says that those controllers looks more for industry rather than gaming. And I would have to agree, but they don't even say anything about that, like on the website. Like it just talks about jumping into the world of VR. So I don't know. It's really, really kind of strange, but we'll see what else comes out about them.
It's a company trying to jump on the bandwagon late, probably, and thinks they can make a buck. It's all right.
That. So we also, on the new Beat Saber update, the next Beat Saber update is going to have a custom color picker. We are actually going to be able to change the color of like everything. You're going to be able to change the color of the blocks, the lightsabers, the walls, all kinds of stuff, which I think is actually pretty cool because I mean, some of them do kind of change on their own. There are some levels and stuff, and there's some custom stuff that does some crazy stuff. But I think it'll be kind of cool to add that in there.
Honestly, Beat Saber is taking everything from their community and putting it in game. Though it does take them a little bit. Don't get me wrong, but it's got the polish. But they've been doing this with I'm trying to think what it's called, that the side load for Beat Saber. Beat Saber.
Beat Saber. Yeah, Beat Saber.
Yeah. And they've been adding color. You can do color changes and stuff, and you just kind of have to go in, I think, modify a file or something, and you can change the colors, but add different text, I think, and all kinds of things.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's a good idea. Yeah. I mean, they see what people like, they see what people are doing, and they basically add that to the game. Like, why not? I mean, that's one of the things that made Beat Saber so big is the modding community. That's what made Beat Saber what it is.
Every game, Pavlov, all of them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, people love that. People love the modding aspect and stuff. And I did want to mention real quick, Gamertag VR just said, just to let you guys know, I wanted to give you my first donation via Super Chat, but because I'm in Spain, dollar issues, I can't do it. But I just wanted to say congrats on the 1K and keep up the good work. So we would definitely appreciate that. And we do actually, this is the first show we ever enabled Super Chat, and we don't even really know exactly how it works or anything about it.
If it works.
Yeah, so we're going to mess around with it a little bit, and we want to try to do some custom animations for Super Chats. And I think it was the VR Mang actually had a really good idea of when a Super Chat happens to have a coffee mug getting refilled. And that's something we want to try to look into. So if you have some suggestions and stuff on doing the custom animations and stuff, we will definitely be trying to look into that. But yeah,
or somebody who does custom animations.
Yeah. I don't even know if that's something that we can just download, or if that's something that has to be made. I'm not sure. We haven't had a chance to look into that yet. So But it is up and running, so it is there if you guys want, and we're not asking for anything. It's just, we've had people ask us in the past, like, how they can donate to the channel and stuff, and we never had anything set up, so we were like, we don't have any way for you to do that or anything. So it is set up and it's there if you wanna use it.
I think gaming science teacher was trying to at one point, and she ended up donating games and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah. She donated some Starbucks. I think some Starbucks gift cards that we gave away for our 1K stuff. Yeah, that we gave away. So yeah. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we have no clue how any of that works.
Yeah, I really don't know. And I don't even know. I'm guessing it'll pop up in the chat, but I don't know if it'll pop up like across the screen or anything right now. I don't know if we have to set that up as a good point.
Yeah.
So
probably.
Gamertag VR said, drop the guys a coffee donation. So
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Man, sadly. Speaking of coffee donations.
Oh, jeez.
Can we talk about where it's all going to go?
Here we go. So your coffee pot broke, right? Is that what happened? We talked about this a little bit on the last episode.
Yeah, so I'm getting a new coffee maker, and I'm trying to make up my mind, and I think it was this week or Sunday, I think I finally found one that I like. And I was talking to you about it because mine actually, it's not broke, so it still works, but the timer doesn't work.
Right.
So we technically like to set ours night before, wake up, fresh coffee, right? Well, it's not really fresh coffee. I mean, it's, it's okay coffee. It's just regular coffee, just, regular coffee pot, cheap one, like, we've had forever.
Right.
And they work great, and there's nothing wrong with them. But I've been wanting to get beans and grind them so I have really fresh coffee, so you can mix beans and stuff. They were talking about it on our Discord. Like, who was it that had, I think it was Adam or somebody, had like 2 different beans, like a blend that they were making and stuff. And like, that would be awesome.
Yeah,
I'd love to do that.
I think it was. I can't remember who it exactly was.
But I've never been able to do that, or I just don't want to take the time to grind it. I have a grinder, but I don't take the time to grind them, put them all together, dump. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
It's too much work for me. I have too much going on. So I think, did you grab that video of the one I want?
I did it, but real quick, Jim Hall, I believe, just sent a super chat, and he said that I can help you with an animation, so that we will definitely be trying to reach out to him. We definitely appreciate that too, and that may go to Tyler's new coffee pot. And we are coffee and VR, so we do talk some coffee on here too.
Not going to the coffee pot. but no, seriously, so I looked at one. They had one on sale at Best Buy, and it was like a coffee maker that had well, I'll talk about that. It was over the top coffee maker, very expensive, and I loved it. Well, this company makes one, and what this is you actually put the beans in the top and you put the water in the back, and it actually gives you the exact amount, whether you're making a full pot, a single cup, a 2-cup, thermos. You set how many cups and how strong you want it, and it puts the exact right amount of water to the right amount of beans, grinds it and everything. You can set the timer, wake up, and it makes you fresh coffee, basically.
So it grinds the beans per how much coffee you want. So you just have a reservoir where you keep beans in all the time, and then when you want a pot of coffee, you hit some buttons, and it says, we need this much beans for this much water. That's pretty sick.
It says a strength, which is the grinds of the beans,
right.
So how fine or how coarse it is. And then you can set it for 1 cup. So you can put 1 cup under it and make 1 cup of coffee, and it'll put the right amount of water to it and the right amount of beans at the strength, or, the grind, how coarse or fine. And it's the exact same every time. So like, awesome. You can't mess it up. Like, you can't scoop in too many scoops or be a little off here and a little off there.
Right. I don't have any kind of science to the way I make my coffee. I literally just scoop in. We have like a generic scooper that we keep in our coffee, and the wife always says I make the coffee way too strong. Like, she usually won't even drink the coffee that I make. She usually goes to Wawa or Starbucks or something like that. And yeah, so this would honestly probably be a good thing because my coffee is always usually pretty strong.
You can make 1 cup for you, 1 for her, and just turn the strength up and hit brew. Yeah. Boom. It grinds only the grinds it needs, puts the right amount of water. Now you do have to refill the water tank in the back, and you do have to refill the beans. But I mean, the beans are on top. You see what's there, and the water, it has an indicator on the display right there on the left. It shows you how many cups are left. So
it seems ridiculous, but it seems awesome in the same sense.
And you can set the timer. Yeah. So like, I could wake up.
Ours does have a timer. Ours does have a timer, but
most do. But it's not down there grinding it for you and putting it in the coffee maker and like.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So. Where did it go? So the Gamertag VR, he said that I did a video on making coffee. So he said he's going to send the link on the Discord. So I'm actually very excited to see that. I really do want to see that. That's awesome. So
that is awesome.
And FlexNick said that's pretty interesting. I might have to get this. So you're actually probably going to sell a bunch of these Breville coffee pots because everybody's going to want one now.
They're expensive. They're not cheap. Breville is probably like your primo coffee maker. There is this one, I think retails new, retail price is $2.99 on this. So it's not a cheap coffee maker. But I guess in my eyes, I'm not buying a nice coffee maker and a nice grinder, and it's taking away all the middle work, and I can set it, you know what I mean? And I have to do it. So for me, it's there. But there is also I think Ninja makes it.
Yeah.
A cheaper version. I think it comes in at like 120 or 130 that does, I think, the exact same thing, but it's way taller, so I can't actually get that one under my countertop, under my cabinets in my kitchen. So it's kind of out the door for me.
Yeah.
Where this one's a little bit shorter. It's just, I mean, it's the cat's pajamas. I mean, it's a nice one, so.
So we might need a video. We might need a video of this if you get one. Do you know that? Because I know you're a fan of, is it Peter McKinnon, I believe?
Yeah.
And he did a video that he just it was a video about making coffee that was really cool. A bunch of different camera angles and stuff.
He's obsessed with coffee.
Yeah.
He loves it too. I mean, it's good. He loves it. Goes to get coffee, makes it, loves it, the whole bit. He does pour over. He does all kinds of crazy stuff.
It was a cool video though. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So he just, every once in a while, he makes a how to make coffee or just a making coffee video.
Yeah, just a bunch of different cool camera angles and stuff. It's pretty neat.
Yep.
But
super good guy, yeah.
So
that
may be happening. We will. You'll have to update everybody on the Discord when you pick that up, or if you pick it up, and everybody can give their suggestions if they have something better or a better idea of a coffee pot for Tyler to pick up. Because I mean, this is a serious life decision. This is like buying a house. You know what I mean?
It's worse. I mean, it's the first thing you open your eyes to, or to smell. Is a coffee if you set your time.
That's true. The smell.
So it's
pretty sure this is a Folgers commercial in the making.
Yeah, right. I know. Totally. I know.
So DLG27.
Let me know.
Yeah, DLG said.
I really want to know. So.
He said eBay $270, no tax, free shipping. So that's pretty good.
I know. That's not bad. Yeah, and that's a hard thing. I even looked at trying to get a used one. I don't know. A coffee maker's a hard thing.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on what water's been used through it and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little sketchy.
I know.
And Jim Hall said that he does have some Breville appliances, and he said good stuff. So it sounds like he's giving the thumbs up.
The other one I saw, it was kind of like the one that Peter McKinnon has, where it makes the espresso and the shots and the.
Is that the one that was $2,000?
Well, they had one I looked at that was $1,000, right?
Right.
But the next one that was full touch screen, fully automated, ridiculous, right? So the one they had beside it was all manual, which I loved. It had a pressure gauge on the front of it. It looked really cool.
Yeah.
It was on sale. It was normally $650 or $680. It was down to $499. And I'm like, man, I know these are, $1,000 coffee makers, and this one obviously not, but I'm like, that's expensive, but I want something really nice, you know? So I'm like, I don't know, but I don't want the time. It's too much work. I don't have that time to spend. So for me, I feel like this is a good middle road. I'm getting that nice quality. I can put grinds in
without crazy money. That. Yeah, I mean, it's still expensive, but it's not too crazy. But
I mean, I can go out and buy a $40 coffee pot. It probably does almost the same thing with Folgers. You know what I mean? Not use bean, but I mean, it's
you're trying to. You're ready to up your game. You're ready to up the coffee game. And I actually just noticed your VR gamer shirt. I just noticed that, which I'm gonna have to upgrade or update my my wardrobe because I don't have any awesome shirts like that. All my shirts are plain, but I love the shirt.
I know.
But so anyways, getting back onto the VR subject a little bit. I did want to talk about, somebody put this on the Reddit is where I saw this, and basically what they're using, because a lot of people complain about the cable on the Rift S, and what I've actually been doing is I have the Mantis, if I can bring this over here, I have the Mantis headphones on here, and I actually loop mine up around the one headphone, and that keeps it off, from pulling to the side quite a bit. But they were saying on this that they're just like the cable management clips, and they're just 3M taped on there, double-sided tape. And what he was saying is that it actually allows the cable to move through the clip to where when you're adjusting the headset for different people and stuff, it's not getting, stopped by the cable or anything being, a stiff clip, and they're cheap. They're pretty cheap to pick up. You can pick up a pack of them for pretty cheap. So I thought this is kind of a cool
$5 or $6.
Yeah, I thought this is a cool idea, and I haven't tried it myself, but it is because the cable. I mean, these new cables on these headsets they're heavy. You know what I mean? They're heavy. They're rigid cables. They're not, So it is something to have. Some decent cable management off the headset that can add a little bit more comfort because, when I was playing earlier, I didn't have the cable hooked over the headphone at first, and it definitely pulls your head to the side. Where it's at, it's not, it's not great, but.
And these are in the description if you guys just even want to glance at them. It's nice. It's a clean look, and that's what I like.
Yeah.
You're not adding some big giant clip or something on there. It looks
or just a bunch of Velcro or anything like that. And that is another thing. I still need to paint my Mantis headphones on my Rift S, but I am enjoying them. I am enjoying them. So. And another thing is the Steamvr beta. So the beta 1.7.2. Not only did they change the little logos for the index, the monochrome look or whatever it is, or the different colored emblems, they actually changed the way that you can output your gameplay to your screen, essentially.
Yeah, which I don't know. I watched the video and stuff of it. I didn't notice. I guess you think you did, or it's a wider field of view and stuff. I don't know if I see a huge difference. Nor do I really want to know how they're doing it. That's what I want to know.
So, a lot of the problems, like especially with the first-person shooter games, if they don't have an option to, if you're right-handed and they don't have an option to render your right eye to the screen, the gameplay doesn't look as good. And if you, like the Pavlov video that I did for the Quest, it was showing, it was recording on the Quest, and it was obviously recording the left eye. So I think somebody even commented, like, why don't you use the sights, or why don't you use, you know what I mean? But I am, but in the video, you can't tell because you're seeing my left eye. So it looks like I'm never actually looking down the sights or using anything. So the best thing to do is to change it to the right eye render. But basically what they've done is they've given you options where essentially you can do left eye, right eye, both eyes, or you can do where somehow it merges both images into a wider screen image, which a lot of times in VR you're getting, you're recording your screen and it's not as big of a field of view as what you would see watching somebody play a flat game, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So in that sense, that would be kind of nice, it would give a better overall video, and there was
still have to select which eye is dominant though too.
Yeah, I believe so.
You still have to pick right or left. You can see it in the drop-down menu right there. So it actually, you have to still pick which one, which is nice though, because I still want to be able to see looking down the sights. I don't want to worry or be a blend and not see down the sights of me shooting somebody. I want to see that.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I do too.
I like it. I get it.
And there was some ways to do some of this in OBS, but this should make it easier. So basically the update, Index has gradient themed icons. VR monitor now has an interface, can be docked to status window, go full screen, view cropped unless view showing both eyes, or 2 view modes which combine both eyes. That's the part where they're combined. I don't really know how they're doing it. You know what I mean? I don't know how they're interlacing those two images exactly, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they have to be stitching them probably down the center line or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either, but something.
Pretty interesting.
But it's cool.
Though.
I mean, I think it'll help for like people watching that are flat gamers, because all the time, like just like the Quest, it's a cropped image.
Right.
Like you're not seeing everything. You're not getting the full experience, So it's gonna help for sure.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that point of it. But
and I don't even get me on the Quest thing again with recording on the Quest. It's like the worst experience ever. Like, why can't they just do an update and fix it? It has so many issues just trying to record Quest gameplay, and I'm sure there's probably some better ways to do it, but it's not something that I do often. So the aspect ratio isn't right. The sound quality is horrible. It, most of the time, doesn't match. So the sound doesn't match the video when you play it back. It's offset. It's horrible.
So my thing, though, is how can they stream it to a device and it look right and be in 16:9?
Yeah.
And it's okay. But yeah, they won't let you natively record in that? Yeah, that's what I don't get.
I don't understand that either.
I don't get it.
Hopefully they will update
Project
that
to
because
a TV that's 16:9 and it's perfect. It's an ultra or whatever. I don't know.
One of the things that helps to sell devices and sell VR and everything else is people watching gameplay videos and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So the better the better you can make the Quest look in videos and gameplay, it's going to help sell that device because people watch, they have their favorite YouTuber or whatever gamer and they watch them, you know what I mean? And if it's good quality, then they're more likely to translate into buyers, I would think. But yeah, that's just kind of a rant that I had, but.
I know. I agree. I totally get it. But my thing is, how can they stream and it be right? But yeah, you can't record. Like, can't we capture that file going out,
Yeah.
Whatever. I know.
Craziness. But
I know.
And Jim Hall said, or was it Jim? Who was it? So Conrad Lawrence said, be different and paint the headset white. So the Rift S paint it white instead of painting the headphones black. But yeah.
Stormtrooper it, man. Come on.
And hopefully it's showing on my live chat over here. The video is kind of cutting out, so hopefully we're not having those issues again. We had a couple weekends ago where the video was kind of lagging a little bit. Hopefully we're good to go. But
was that on a Friday night too?
It was a later night on a weekend, but I think that weekend Google and YouTube was having a bunch of issues. So
I know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, and it's probably a busy time too.
Yeah.
Everything for streaming purposes.
So hopefully it's not cutting out too much. But I believe AirCar is now available, and they did do some updates to this. This is on Steam now, as well as Oculus, and it's been out on Oculus for a long time. And it never turned into anything. They never really did anything with it. It was just kind of like a tech demo or something. But here is
which I can't believe. I'm like, how are they still putting stuff into this and it's free?
Yeah, and it's fun. I mean, a lot of people have tried this already back in the day, and I haven't tried the new version yet. But I played the old one back in the day, and I mean, there's not much gameplay to it. It's really just flying around. At least the original one, but it looked gorgeous, and this is supposed to even look better. So. Yeah. And there's some updates, too, that come with it. They said AirCar is turning 2 in August and is getting an update. This update adds vertical takeoff and landing pads, graphical improvements, and bug fixes. AirCar is available for free on Steamvr and the Oculus Store.
It's crazy.
So I mean, if you haven't tried it, it's free, and it's fun. I mean, some people I know have got some motion sickness from this and had some issues. But, I mean, I never had any issues with it. And, I mean, I flew all around doing flips and rolls and everything else, and it's awesome.
So if you want to play No Man's Sky, practice in here. It's free. Practice in this. Yeah. You'll be good to go for No Man's Sky.
So the VR mag said there is some choppiness on his end, so I'm not sure what's going on. But
yeah, could be.
Yeah, it's dropping some frames.
Oh, that's too bad.
But we will try to get that figured out for next time. I'm not sure what's going on. But yeah, check out AirCar. I mean, it's free. It looks pretty awesome. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely.
Yeah, it does.
I'm going to go into the update. Yeah, I played the old one a decent amount. It was, I mean, this looks quite a bit better, quite a bit improved graphically. And I don't know what you're going to be able to, because it says like the docking and stuff. Like, I don't really understand what the point of that is, because are you going to be able to get out of your vehicle or, I mean, I doubt it.
I don't know. Probably not.
Ultimately. We need lo-fi. We need lo-fi, and that comes out Kickstarter September 1st. That is what we really need, because that lo-fi has that element to it, but the exploration and getting out of your vehicle and going into buildings and just all of that. So, yeah. And this is actually my footage from 2016. So this is a video of the old house. I was at the old house in the living room, and yeah, so this is old footage of me flying around, and it still looked really good. I mean, the raindrops, there's just like mellow music that plays, the raindrops that are just kind of slowly falling on the windshield. It was pretty awesome. So I look forward to going into the updated version of it.
Yeah, it actually looks brighter in the new one even.
Yeah, it does. So I don't know if it's really just a different time of day in the new one, or if it has like a time cycle. I'm not sure. So I don't know if anybody's played it, and FlexNick said, no, you can't get out with the docking. So I'm not sure what the point really of the docking is, but
it's probably just something to do. I mean, other than that, you're just flying around. So
yeah, and that's basically what you do. And I wish they would turn this into a full-fledged game, because obviously, it's pretty incredible looking. I mean, the talent is there, that's for sure. So, and I thought before we were going to see something come out of it, but we never did. But
yeah, we just thought it was a demo for something that they were working on.
Yeah, I think may have even been what they said back then. There was definitely some talk of that, but.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's too bad, sadly.
For sure.
Yeah.
And another one is we talked about this before. This is a Go game that is real VR fishing, and that is officially coming to the Quest now, which I'm excited because this is the one that had the photorealistic worlds and stuff that you were in. And with the fishing,
that's right.
And it looks awesome. And I actually really like fishing games. It goes back to your Dreamcast. I remember when we were younger, we used to play the fishing game on the Dreamcast, and it was just awesome. So I love fishing, and I like fishing in real life too. But
it does look good. The photo imagery stuff looks amazing on that, which is really cool.
And it's supposed to have even updated stuff for the Quest too, which is going to be even better on the Quest than what it was on the Go, which obviously it's a more powerful. But I mean, this is I believe this is footage from the Go. So, I mean, it looks awesome. I mean, there's movement in the water. I mean, it looks really good. And everybody that's played this said it was really awesome. You know, that it's a really cool game.
This couldn't have been the Go, not with two hands.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I don't know, but it was on the Go.
Maybe
so I've never played it on the
already
Go.
Working on it.
Yeah, and I'm sure they have been working on it, but it wasn't confirmed for Quest. I know they said that back then they talked about wanting to do it on Quest, but it wasn't confirmed because you know how that goes. But so this is definitely officially coming to the Quest, which I'm definitely going to pick this up. This would be a great game for one that you're just kind of sitting around, you know, or you're. You know, you don't have space to play. If you're out of town or something, you can just sit on a chair and you can just chill and fish. You know what I mean?
Like, or you just want to sit. Like, a lot of VR, you have to stand, you know?
Yeah.
So for
and
this,
you're moving around a lot. This doesn't have the...
sitting, so that's cool.
So that is awesome.
Crazy.
So somebody says this on Steam already, and I don't believe so, but it may be. I believe it was just a Go game before. But they may be coming to Steam. But I mean, it has a lot of cool aspects. You can keep the fish that you catch and put them in this like huge fish tank and like your own little world thing. And
I like it.
It's pretty awesome. I'm definitely into. I will definitely be picking this one up. So,
what are we playing tonight, man? Come on, let's get on and play with people. Come on,
we might.
He's bailing on us. See. No drifting for you. No Gymkhana for you.
What are you going into? Dirt Rally 2? Or are you going...
now you want to go... No, we have to go into Aseta to do some of that.
Yeah, well, we can do some drifting. So there is Real Fishing VR on Steam, but I don't believe it's the same game. I believe this is from a different development team. So that is Real... VR? So this one is Real VR Fishing. The one that's on Steam is Real Fishing VR. And I believe it is two different companies. Not the same game, I don't believe. So,
stealing names.
You know how it is. So, yeah. What else do you have?
I think that's about it.
Yeah,
the Tower 2.
Oh, we do have the Tower 2 trailer.
Yeah, we do. That's right.
And that is looking pretty good, especially just showing air car.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's kind of the same look to it.
Yeah. In a sense.
Do you have audio on this one?
I do have audio, but I don't think there's any talking, so.
Okay. And
it's turned down, so they should still be able to hear us. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely like the sci-fi world. And I didn't play the Tower 1. I hear the first Tower game was actually really good too, and I never did play that. But this looks really good. I mean, it is, it's not as realistic of worlds as like what Air Car and stuff like that is.
Right.
But, it's different art style, different texture style, but it looks pretty good.
But I feel like this they could get even running on the Quest.
Yeah. I mean, especially after seeing Red Matter on the Quest, they should, I mean, Red Matter has set the bar so high now for what Quest games need to be. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens from here on out. But
sure, that's cool though, the zipline deal like that.
Yeah, it's got some really cool aspects to the game. I'm actually pretty excited to check this out. So that's supposed to come this summer. So I don't know. We don't have an exact date or anything, but it is sometime this summer. Yeah. So you know how that is.
Darn it. Yeah, no. Still, that's how it goes.
So the original game, they said, took about 45 minutes to beat, and they said the sequel will be around 60 minutes. So it's not a super long, in-depth game. You're looking at about an hour gameplay, and some people are probably going to crush that and do it even quicker.
Right.
But
30 minutes, right.
So it says there will also be parkour missions with 8 courses in 4 different worlds. These will last around 3 to 6 minutes and really put your skills and fitness to the test. So there are going to be, I guess, some mini games as well. But,
that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool. It really does look pretty interesting.
Yeah,
it does. And I don't know what the price is going to be. I'm guessing, a 60-minute game. This isn't going to be a Dirt Rally 2. This isn't going to be a $59 game. I can't imagine. So I don't mind some of the shorter games. I mean, if it's a really good game and it's shorter and it's not crazy expensive, I'm okay with that because I don't
Right.
get enough time to put into all the games as I would like anyways.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
I totally like smaller games like that. I mean, they
Yeah.
come in at like that $10 price point
Yeah.
or less, and they're easy to pick up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yep.
That's why Pavlov's packed, man. That's another one we should play sometime.
Yeah,
Just
for sure.
crazy, all the people in there.
For
It's
sure.
packed. I know.
No doubt.
No. All right. I think that's about all I got.
I think that's pretty much all I have too. So definitely a later show today. We were glad everybody could join. And definitely thanks to Jim Hall for refilling the coffee a little bit for us. We definitely appreciate that. And
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll have to try to get in touch with him to see about getting that animation done and how
cool.
how we can do that. So we haven't had time to look into it yet, but we definitely
that would
will.
be sweet.
Yeah.
We need that. We need that animation, man.
Yeah,
I like
for
that
sure.
idea.
For
That's
sure.
super cool.
Definitely. So I don't know if Jim Hall's on our Discord. If he's not on our Discord, definitely jump on there and join that. And
I think he is.
we can. Yeah, I think he might be. But
Yep. Yeah, the Discord is in the description too. If you guys aren't on there, definitely join. We had a huge conversation this week. A bunch of guys popped in from No Man's Sky, their subreddit, and
we've been talking a lot of No Man's
questions.
Sky on there.
Oh man,
yeah,
really
for sure.
cool. Yeah, they were answering stuff that I had no clue. We've never played it, nor has almost anybody on our Discord. There's a couple, I think. But yeah, it helps because we have no idea going into it, and we want to get in and go. So
for sure.
It's
So
a problem.
definitely jump on the Discord. Definitely join that. And Gamertag VR said he did drop that video in there. So his coffee video. So I am looking forward to checking that out. So definitely
That's
join
awesome.
the Discord. We appreciate the super chat, and we will be back next weekend for some more coffee.
Let me
VR.
know if you guys know about coffee makers. Like, I really want to know. Like,
drop
is
some
that a smart
comments.
buy? Is that a dumb buy? Like, I don't know. Let me know.
There might
Definitely.
be something way better out there in the same price range. You never know.
Probably shouldn't tell me.
Yeah. But we definitely appreciate everybody being here, and we will see you next weekend. And definitely watch for hopefully some more videos coming out. We do plan on some other videos for some bigger games that we'll try to get out there. So
have on the back burner.
Yep.
Can't talk about.
All right. Well, definitely thanks for being here. We will see you next weekend, guys.
Yep. Later, guys.
Later, everybody.